This is his first sanitary trim. I've had so many people message me after we did that puppy sanitary trim, and they asked if I'd do like a live, more in-depth detailed video. So I wanted to do that so that you could see exactly how it is on their first time. Every single dog that I've ever seen has been a little bit nervous when they're up high. That's normal. He's not in distress, so we are going to continue. And something that you're gonna want, especially if you are new to this, I would generally just go ahead without having a collar on or a leash, but because for the sake of this video, for beginners, make sure that you do have something on your puppy so that they cannot fall off and get hurt. You can have on your table, most of them are gonna have this, and just attach it there. I am not going to pull his head up because I don't need that. Good boy. And I'm just gonna tie it securely so that he cannot fall off and break a leg. So if you are going to do a sanitary groom, you do not have to bath them first. He is not bathed. You can see he's pretty dirty, and generally it is actually easier if you do the sanitary groom before a bath, because then it does take a lot of that nasty hair off. So we will do his face first, and I'm gonna move over and try to make so you can see his face as best as possible. Okay, so here his face is, and you can see that he has gunk right there. Also on this side, there are little eye boogers. That is normal for every single dog breed. They're going to have some of that eye gunk, and if there's hair here, it's more noticeable because it gets stuck right there in that hair. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna take the scissors right along the corner of that eye and be very careful, making sure that we're not going to cut that eye. Before you even go to cut, make sure it's secure. Pull that right off. Trim it as close to the skin as you can without cutting his skin. All right. And I'm gonna go in and do a little bit more. If there's any area that looks like it's stained because of the eye boogers, I'm just gonna trim that right away. Same goes for this side here. Right there, you can see that. It just looks so much better, and when the eye boogers are there, it does cause them to smell. So if you have a dog and you're wondering why they stink, this can be one of the issues that is causing them to smell bad. Good boy. And I'm gonna hurry and move around. I'm not quite done with the eyes. I don't want him to fall off the table. He's scooting back. So we'll just push him right back up. We'll go right back to his face again. I'm gonna just trim that right down to the skin as far as I can get without cutting him. You wanna be super careful because, again, this is his first time. I want this to be a positive experience for him, and I wanna be sure that I do not cut him. So now that I have, you can see the eye boogers are gone, eye boogers are gone. I'm going to just take my scissors and just trim around so that he can see out of his eyes a little bit better. Good boy. And I like, so he's a Bernedoodle, and I like to have these eyebrows. So I will be sure to not go any further. There's a little black hairs that are gonna stick up right in front of the brown. I like to keep those eyebrows there and just trim away that black hair that kind of covers them up. Hi, Bob. I don't want to say your full name because I don't know what that says. But so Bob, if you are grooming your dog, then you can trim around the eyes to make sure that they can see. And also, most Bernedoodles have this tan around their muzzle right here on their cheeks. If you want that to show through a little bit more, we can just go ahead and trim some of that black hair a little bit off. And you don't have to do that, but it does make so if you're taking a picture, they do look a little bit more fresh. Okay, there we go. And again, right there, we're just gonna take off the black hair that's right in front of those eyebrows here. That will make so he can see better, and it'll make so we can see those eyebrows a lot better. All right, now let me look at your face. Okay, so when we're doing the face, after we're done with the eyes, sometimes I will go in and just trim the hair around the muzzle that is wet. Again, wet hair harbors bacteria and it smells bad. So if we can just trim off the areas that are more likely to be wet, then that will help. Here, turn your head. That'll help with the smell. And when you go to pet your dog, you won't get wet and gross. There we go. There's a few more. Let's take that off there. Good boy. You see that eye booger there? If there's hair there, it just gets stuck. Because the hair's trimmed, it's more likely to just come right off and it won't build a big old yucky pocket there. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. All right. So once we have his eyes trimmed, I'm going to check his ears just to make sure we don't have any ear infections. And he doesn't have one. If I ever have a dog that has one, I'll have to show it, because you can usually tell by the way it smells, and the ears will be red and inflamed. Okay, so now that his face is done, we've checked his ears, we've done a little bit around his muzzle, not too much, and I actually might go back in and do a little bit more around that muzzle just to clean it up where this hair is getting a little bit of that gunk stuck. Anywhere that it is prone for the saliva to sit, then I like to just trim that off so I can avoid the buildup of the bacteria and so they don't smell bad. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to do his belly. And when I do the belly, I like to hold them up like so. And we're going to use these clippers here. And he's never had this done, so he's a little bit nervous, but that's okay. We're going to just keep on going. Oh, sorry. You're okay. There we go. Good boy. You're okay. You're okay. Good boy. Okay. There we go. He did pretty good there. He did struggle. I'm going to get him and turn him to see if I can't see it this way and do a little bit better job. Trying to do it in front of the camera while at the same time doing a good job is a little bit difficult sometimes. Okay, so here we are again. Just gonna go right in there. And when you're trimming the belly, I like to go wherever the rib cage is and go about 2 inches down from there. I would rather get extra off instead of leaving it on, just because it does make it so he's a lot cleaner. And the way he's dancing around, that is 100% normal. Most puppies are going to do that the first time, and even the first few times. We need to be sure that we do not let go and do not let him get away with that. If I would have, good boy, let go when he was struggling, that would have made so that he would struggle harder next time. So we want to be sure that we are not giving in when he is doing anything that we don't want him to do. And that is it for the belly. So now we are going to do his cute little butt. Okay, how am I gonna do this, huh? Okay, might have to go on the other side. I'll try it like this. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna hold his tail up, and if you have a Bernedoodle, you will see they will more than likely have a brown area. I like to take all that brown hair off, and if you can see, there's little nasty poo right like in his hair. He's fairly clean, but that is just what happens when he has hair there, so it's better to do the sanitary trim just to keep your dogs a lot cleaner. So we're gonna start, go right up there. I know, that's weird, huh? Good boy. Good boy, there we go. That was good. He relaxed there, so I gave him a little bit of a break. And this is a sanitary groom before a bath. After he is bathed, I might come back through and just make sure I got everything the way I want it. I know. You're okay. Yeah, so we'll bath him and come back through and get that other piece, just because I don't want to hurt him. I want this to be a positive experience. And you see that you couldn't even see because of how much hair he had. If you do not do a sanitary trim on your doodles or dogs that have the hair similar to ours, they will have nasty poop all around their butt that you can't see. Let's try it one more time. Come on, I want to get it off. There we go. There, that was it. How bad was that? Not too bad, huh? There. Okay, now he will smell a lot better. Sometimes people think that their dogs need their anal glands expressed, and sometimes what's the problem is there's actually poo just in the hair around there. So we want to be sure that we are grooming that area. Even if we don't take our dog to the groomer, we want to do a sanitary groom in between groomings. So that was our face, where we did the eyes, we checked the ears, we did anywhere around the mouth that was holding on to dirt or gunk. We did his belly area, and we also did his butt area. I'm gonna go through, good boy, and do that belly area a little bit better, because he was moving around quite a bit when we went through the first time. So we'll just go in there. And if you have to go back through, don't feel bad about it. Just go right back through and get it done. It's not always going to happen the first time around. Good boy. And when you first groom your dog, especially a sanitary groom, sometimes they can get itchy because the hair is cut all the way to the skin. Just pay attention to that and know that that's probably the reason. So once we have that done, I'm going to go through and I'm going to check his paws. It has been so muddy here. So I'm going to try and just cut out anything that is holding on to mud or dirt and make my life easier. Help keep the house a lot cleaner. Good boy, good boy. Just going through and getting any part of his hair that is holding dirt. And we want to be super careful because those paw pads are very sensitive. There we go. Okay, good boy. Go to that next one here. Same thing here. It's always weird to me because the back ones seem to be cleaner than the front ones. Wait. Good boy. And he is doing so good. Good boy. Okay. Good job. I don't know how to show this one, so we'll just have to get through it quickly. It's the same thing on all four. Anything that has any dirt or gunk. And this is also one reason I like to at least trim it before I bath, is so I can see the areas that are holding on to that. Good boy. Okay, last one. Don't fall off. Oh. There we go. Alrighty, so for his first time, I'm just going to trim around his feet so that they look a little bit cleaner, and then he is going to be done for today. There we go. Again, anything that you see that's holding dirt or mud or anything like that, I like to trim that off. And if you're in a cold climate right now and it's been thawing out and freezing up, then you'll understand why it'll make your life so much easier. Okay, all right, so that is it for our live